Hey, Darien, how you doing? Okay, thank you for submitting work. Now, you say that you submitted two versions, but I can't really critique two versions, um, being that there's, I believe, 18 students in the class. So unfortunately, I can't critique both versions. But what I did is I selected the version I think that adheres more closely to the requirements, and I'll go ahead and critique this. Okay, sound good? All right, so let's go ahead and first thing I want to do is I'm going to address your writing. Okay, then we're going to take a look at the composition to make sure that it has all the requirements. Then we'll look at the actual typography and layout. Sound like a good plan? Let's get started, Darian. All right, so I want to go through the project requirements, and I'm going to do so by going through. I've got this little list that I use, a little checklist. And just so you know, this information is directly from the assignment page. And let me show you where I got that. The week 4 assignment page is this assignment for part 1. So if I open that guy up, we can see that this is the assignment specifications, and all of the requirements that I'm going to be mentioning in this critique are straight from the opening. Oh, this is the page right here, week 4 assignment for part 1. The opening paragraph, the instructions, the objectives, and the design requirements. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So we'll take a look at the requirements first. Okay, the first is that the image must be dominant. Now, I would recommend using a large image of the box. Now, you're talking about the Xbox. That's your object, right? So you could theoretically crop this image out, an image of an Xbox, and make it big, make it really interesting. And don't forget to take a look at the examples. The examples are in the course announcement, in the Welcome to Week 4 course announcement. And let's open that and let me show you the examples. It's taking a second to open up. Sorry about that. But when it opens, we'll scroll down to the bottom of this announcement. This is Welcome to Week 4, all sorts of videos and tutorials in here. But down at the bottom, I've got these examples, okay? And this example right here is outstanding. Actually, all three of these are outstanding. But this example, I actually dissect this, deconstruct this, and explain why it's so successful. And I do that in another course announcement. Let's see, that is the how to complete assignment 4. So this video here, if you scroll, first I explain everything in really detailed, and then I go in and I really describe this ad and describe and explain the attributes that make this such a successful example. Okay, and that's the ad right there. So that said, let's go ahead and continue along with the requirements as they relate to your submission. Okay, so the object must be dominant. Note how in that example, note how the coffee machine is big, it's cropped, it's dominant, right? Okay, so the main object, the Xbox, must be a dominant image. Okay, the object must be shown with someone using it. Okay, now what I would recommend here, this is someone using it. Okay, and this is also going to double as now one thing you could do is add a separate image of just somebody, maybe an image of the controller, or that way you're showing an image of someone using it, and then this image could be indicative of the result of using it, and because they look so happy and content playing, that would be the result of using the Xbox, right? So okay, so must show an image of a result of using the object. So we have to show an image of somebody using the object. I would recommend an image with hands using the controller, and then this image of showing the result of using the object. Okay, must show at least 2 components. Right now, you're showing the controller, but that's it. Another component could be, you could get in here and show the individual controls. Like this could be a component right here, and then this could be another component. I suppose we could consider a game cartridge to be a component of the system. So you could show a game cartridge as well. It must include the headline design in everyday life, must include a paragraph of body copy, you got that, and must include captions. We have to include captions in some of those images. Now, so for the image with someone, the result of using the object, put a little caption there. components, little caption. I recommend making the caption smaller in size than the body copy, and I also recommend placing the captions in an italic to further differentiate them from the body copy. White background only, got it. Asymmetrical design only, got it. Imagery must come in contact with the edge of the page somewhere twice. Unfortunately, the imagery is not in contact with the edge of the page anywhere. Okay, your design must combine images that are in boxes as part of a background. We got that, and individually cropped. So you've got that. Full color, keep your image dominant, and you must use a grid. Okay, so those are the requirements. You have some missing requirements, and those will need to be addressed. Let's go ahead and take a look at the composition and typography. So the headline itself is not kerned. Remember, during week 1 and 2, we spent so much time on kerning. Now we need to really put that into practice and go ahead and display that. I would love to see a typographic composition here. This is a little bit cumbersome because the word life is not just down there all by itself. So I would recommend you take a look at, and again, I'm going to use this example. That's a wonderful typographic composition for the title area. Just beautiful, just beautiful. So try to shoot for something like that, and don't forget your leading, your kerning, your letter spacing, etc. The typography itself, I'm glad you used all of this type. I don't think it's too much. I think it's a great practice, and it will set you up successfully for our final project in the class, which we're going to introduce on Monday. Let's go ahead and take a look at the type. And to do so, I'm going to you know what? I will be able to do this like this. But okay, so the Xbox One S. Okay, you could italicize that. Great option. Okay, watch your rags. Okay, your rags need to be adjusted in the announcements I show you. Now, these 4 announcements are critically important to your success for the remainder of the term. There's a ton of tutorials in these 4 announcements. Week 4 really is where the rubber hits the road in this class, and I give you a ton of resources. A lot of these resources specifically address, if they haven't already been addressed, the rules from those 18 rules from week 4 presentation. Remember that we talked about in our discussion board? So you want to take a look at all of this. Spend some time in here and get to know each one of these. Take a look at all the video tutorials. Okay, the rags need to be adjusted. Right now, that $199.99, that should either be presented in old style numerals, or those should be reduced in size so that they don't stand out so much in body copy. Again, this is all covered in the course materials and or the announcements that I just showed you. That's a typographic widow. That's a word that sits on a line alone. You don't want that. Over here, Xbox One S comes RDMI, that should be small caps, not all caps. If small caps aren't, again, that I do cover small caps in the videos. Okay. If you don't have small caps, available in the OpenType menu associated with this typeface, all you do is reduce the size of those all caps. Just like I mentioned, you reduce the size of the letters, and these will make them stand out less. See how that stands out like a sore thumb, that HDMI? So we're going to reduce the size of it, or a better solution would be to use small caps if those are available in the typeface. The 1 terabyte, again, same thing. The 1 should either be old style numeral, the terabyte should be small caps, or that whole thing should be reduced in size a little bit. When I say a little, I'm only talking about a point or two, probably 2-point sizes. Again, your rags really need to be adjusted. Xbox 360, we got that, and old style numerals, or reduce the size. Okay, those are my recommendations for the type. Now, the little circles, I see you've got these little circles here, and you've duplicated those circles up there, but it looks like, where did the color green come from? That is what I'm really wondering. It seems like green is a random choice, right? And it seems like these don't coincide well with the circles because they're a different color. I mean, I don't know. So work on that. Okay, work on your color choices. Everything in a composition should be there for a reason, Okay, so if there's a reason for green, and a reason could be sampling a color out of the main image, right? Or the reason could be sampling a shape out of the main image to use, which you've done here, but I'm just a little concerned that there's no real relationship between the color. There's a relationship between this image and the circles, definitely, and this image and the circles, definitely, but the color seems to be a little bit random. Okay, so I'm sorry I took 10 minutes, but I wanted to be as thorough as possible so that you can wrap your head around this. I know you're interested in getting this to the point where it could be included in your student portfolio. So on those recommendations, I would definitely employ those recommendations as we move forward for Sunday's submission. If you have any questions at all, or if you need any clarification on what I've said, please let me know. One final comment that I forgot to mention is that I would bleed this image all the way around, all three sides. I would bleed it. If you even use it on the bottom, you might end up cropping it to use elsewhere. A good idea that you could use to place those images that are missing is use the circles from the controller and then place the image in the circles. And then you could use a different image though. You don't want to duplicate this, but as I said, this image can be used for the result of using the game. And then also is showing someone interacting with the game. So theoretically, like I said, you could place those frames as circles. The other thing is this has got a big, heavy frame around it. And I think it creates too much visual weight. So it's a little too aggressive. So I would recommend reducing that frame, if at all. You don't even really need to have a frame on that. Frames create separation, where we're looking for synergy and harmony, not separation. Okay? All right, 12 minutes. Sorry about that. Really super important. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks, Darien.